I glanced at my side mirror before reversing. My heart almost dropped into my stomach. There, illuminated by the red light, was a figure crouched down.
Oh, no. Maya was about to say something, but she heard a noise like nothing she'd ever heard before. It was a raspy breath, a death rattle. It was coming from behind her. I don't enjoy that kind of driving at all.
I just can't relate. I have no
Well, have
idea
you got
what's
something
going
to
on.
say on that?
I'm like, well, it's a car. Why is it being blown about? Welcome to episode 159 of Ghost Huns. What was that?
My eyelash got caught up in the
I
bottom
thought you were
ones.
doing like a...
It's my new thing.
Yeah, I thought, you know, it was like a...
I feel like in the studio we're so close that it's almost mental.
Yeah, get away.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Stop it. Stop looking into my soul.
Leave
Look
me.
away. Although we had this when we did Podbox. Back in the day when we first started Ghost Huns. If you don't know what Ghost Huns is, you've just tuned in. We tell creepy stories, we talk shit at the beginning about our lives, and then we get into some fucking creepy shit. And just so you know, a little spoiler for what's coming. My mate Tom, you know, lovely Tom, friend of the pod, who took us to Highgate Cemetery.
Yeah.
Well, he has sent me a story that he was like, have you heard of the Dyatlov Pass? And I went, yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Duh. And he went, look at this. You're going to love it. And I'm going to tell you it. Anyway.
What is it about the Dyatlov Pass?
It's very similar.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we just say that because my talking point today is...
his eyelashes.
His eyelashes. Eyelash Pass. De-eyelash.
De-eyelash pash.
De-eyelash pash. I've gotten my West Cork.
Oh, please tell me.
I've developed my West Cork. I've red-handed, obviously friends of the pod, have done a wonderful episode on this case, and I listened to it. And I have listened to it before, but I think I got confused and I wasn't listening properly, listening to a different podcast. And because I was like, oh yeah, I know the case, but like, whatever, it's just a normal true crime case. Well, I've listened to the red-handed one properly. I've watched the documentaries. I've read articles. I've gone down full.
Is this
motherfucking, like, I want to go there. I want to go to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, I am.
What?
I'm going to Washington in January.
Oh, my God. Solve it.
Solved. I'll get it. Right. So basically what happens is there's a gentleman. What am I talking about? There's a gentleman.
You are quite business today.
What?
It's
What's wrong with
because
me?
you've got a white collar on, and you
I've
know
got
what they
weird
say,
vibes.
white collar crime.
Yeah.
You're
What, is
giving
that one of the posh ones?
It's like fraud and
Oh,
money
I'd be
laundering.
more like...
And that's what you're giving today. It's like you've done a bit of fraud and now you're here to tell
I'd
me
be more
about
like vape shop. Money laundering, that's my vibe.
They
In
are all
Blackpool.
fronts, aren't they?
They're all fronts. Anyway, so this gentleman, Robert Wone, or Wone, however you want to say it.
W-O-N-E.
Exactly. He, to cut a very long story short, goes to stay at his friend's house. Now, his friends, there's 3 of them. They're all gay and they're all in a relationship. But there's a married couple, a polycule. There's a married couple, and then there's the other one who, the alpha of the fucking group, is like shags every now and again. And he kind of lives there with them. It's very like...
Poly, modern.
If you want to get into
Washington.
the poly details, listen to a podcast because it does go in. It is important, but
Is it?
we haven't got time to do that today.
See, already I'm like, they did it.
Well, they
polycule.
absolutely did do it. There's no two ways
It's an
about
advert
it.
to not get into one.
Oh, I just don't like. Honestly, I've said it before and I'll say it
You'll
again.
die.
Do you, hun?
Yeah.
But I actually don't think. Oh, weird. One about Robert Wone. I don't know if I'd care that much about the sex thing. No. Even if it was 2 men, I'd be like, are you mad? I cannot be arsed.
Yeah.
One of you one night and then one of you the next night.
Oh my God, imagine how tired you'd be.
Oh, I'd need all the fucking vitamin D in the world to get through one of those.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that. I'd just be open. I'd kill him.
I'm going to up mine to 10,000 IU.
What are you on now?
1,000. I'm going to fucking...
1,000.
10 grand, bitch.
1,000 per... I think I might be on 5.
Yeah.
And I have 2 a day.
the recommended dose is 400 to 800 pussy holes, right? What I think this
Not the
is
fucking ghost huns.
yeah, up it. So
Yeah.
Hugo, when I went to go and look after the dog, he had obviously he had 10 grand capsules.
Yeah. 10 grand.
Took them. I feel on top of the world.
Yeah.
Because I'm high on vitamin D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get this right. Last night, we've gone on so many different tangents already. Last night, Adam's mate came round, and I was like, I'll stay up for a bit just to chat to him. I had a couple of glasses of wine. Do you know what time I fucking looked
Shut
at my...
up, boomer. Not you. Sorry, not you. Shut up, boomer. Shut up.
Move on.
No, go on. You had a couple of glasses
a
of
couple
wine.
of glasses. Do you know what time I looked at the clock? 2 a.m.
What?
I went to bed at 2 a.m. I was like,
You look
what
very
the
fresh
fuck?
for that.
Sorry. 2 a.m. I went to bed. I'm like some kind of 23-year-old drug addict.
That's
and
mental.
I'm thrilled.
How
I know.
do you look so well?
I just don't need... I'm just
vitamin
like...
D.
Vitamin D.
Yeah.
Vitamin
bring it
D's
back.
amazing. Anyway, right, back to Robert Wone.
Sorry, Robert
No. Robert Wone. So he goes to stay with his mates. It's a polycule. They've all known each other for years and years and years. Like loads of photos of them all together, like birthdays, Christmases, all the rest of it. 79 minutes after he walks in that front door, he's dead. Now, just a normal like murder, whatever. When the police get there and when the ambulance gets there, all three men are in fucking white bathrobes or a towel, whatever, with their hair slicked back like they just had a fucking shower.
Right.
Suspicious. Although Americans do shower at night. But anyway,
well,
that's
they've washed the blood off or something.
Yeah. Well, so the police get there, the ambulance gets there, there's no blood. There's like, on what you can see all the crime scene photos, the amount of blood that's on the bed where he was lying is like, I've had a period heavier than that.
So he obviously didn't die there.
Well,
he's been moved.
There's absolutely no blood anywhere in the house. Luminol, everything, all that. There's no blood there.
They moved him from somewhere where they must have murdered him in like a bush or something. And they haven't checked. Have they checked everywhere?
They checked everywhere because all three men said there was an intruder. And they're like, nothing has been disturbed. There's spider webs, there's everything. No one's climbed over these 7-foot fences to get in. And there's nothing anywhere.
Fuck.
They've checked all the bins in the area. They've checked everything. Like, even if he had been killed somewhere else, there would be a clean-up of some kind. Like, there'd be mops, there'd be...
And also, I'm assuming with the timeline, they couldn't have taken him to a nearby bar.
Well, the timeline's even shorter.
And then brought him back.
Well, the timeline's even shorter because at a certain time he was writing an email and it's saved in his draft to work. So it's like...
So he was there.
And then half an hour later, then the police were called.
What the fuck?
So there was a 30-minute period of him being... that they can narrow it down to about 30 minutes. That he was definitely alive then, and then they rang the ambulance.
The question is, how do you murder someone in a 30-minute window, clear up the blood, bleach everything, make sure that it's not...
Yeah, you can't.
It's luminol safe.
Yeah, which it never is. It never is.
Is one of them does one of them work in law or forensics or crime or like...
Yeah, they're all big fat fucking attorneys.
Yeah.
Well, not all of them,
but
one of them
do you know
is.
what I mean? Like, are they able to get away with a perfect murder because they're like, they fucking know how?
The other thing is that because the doctor was like, there has been blood loss, there is blood missing from the body, but like she was like, it also could have been soaked up by the body tissue. It could have loads of things could have happened. So, for instance, if he was drugged and his heart rate slowed down when they stabbed him, it was very unlikely. Like it wouldn't make any spray necessarily because his heart rate's so slow.
Right.
So he might have died that way.
And did they find that in the autopsy?
Well.
Like how much?
They can't find anything, but because there's no defensive wounds on him either. There's nothing on him. So he was either tied up, but no evidence of that either, or he was drugged, but there's no evidence of that. But if it was ketamine or something,
and it wasn't in his body, they
you'd have to check for that 24 hours within 24 hours, I believe, and then you can see that you can't necessarily know that it was there.
So what, did they not do a thing?
They did, but I think because just how everything went, there's a possibility that window was missed. So there's no saying for sure. But there were puncture wounds. But then the puncture wounds could have come from the ambulance when they're trying to revive him. And there's like 3 slits. Three of the stab wounds are like slits, like as though someone's done them surgically. What? But again, no defensive wounds, nothing from him.
On his chest?
Yeah. But if somebody did that to you, you'd be like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Or you'd
yeah.
move or whatever. Very confusing. And also, very important, one of the men had a sex toy collection that is out of this world. It's not like dildos in a drawer. It's like fucking violent.
Oh.
Like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And that's not a coincidence.
No, it's definitely they're sex people. And I do think in a similar way to that poor lad who died in the pool, Dale Winton.
Yeah.
No,
Michael
Barrymore.
Dale Winton.
So sorry. I always get them confused. I know, but
We might have to
sorry.
cut that.
I'm really sorry. No,
Just
no,
know
that's an honest
that's
mistake. That's an
hilarious.
honest mistake. We can
We're
keep
gonna
that
have
in.
to- Yeah. Well, the thing is, there's no evidence to suggest that this Robert Wone is in any way closet because he's got a wife. He's got a wife. He's like
That's
his
the thing,
phone's
but that's-
clear. No, but there's nothing on any of his. There's nothing to suggest that he's. If you were closeted and you were like into all this
Yeah.
sex stuff, you're a sex people.
Yeah.
On your phone or your laptop, there's going to be something like porn, whatever.
I don't see.
Messages.
For me, that's the more easily believable thing.
I just
because
don't think-
you meet up, they talk, they're like, "You come over, we'll do this, leave no trace."
I think they assaulted him.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
don't
that's
get me wrong. I
probably
do
it.
think he was involved in something really dark.
get
and
this.
sexual.
They found semen on his thigh and his anal cavity. So they were like, great, we've got him. It was his own semen.
Yeah, I think
What
this
the
is.
fuck
I
is
think
that
it's a
about?
horrible sex game gone wrong.
I think they've done it.
Yeah.
I don't think he was consensual. I don't think he
well,
consented to
the
it.
thing is, like, unless they must have like drugged him,
Yeah.
so he wasn't able to fight back. Like, the whole
But,
thing
like,
sounds horrible
it's
because I'm
so
assuming
weird.
if he was able to fight back and it wasn't consensual, you'd see that there was a struggle, right?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And
yeah.
have these guys not gone to prison?
No. Because there's basically no evidence. There's no evidence at all.
Oh, Jesus.
So, like, the judge, from what I can gather, they had this thing called a bench trial, which means that the jury weren't, there wasn't a jury, it was up to the judge. And the judge said, I think you did it, but I have absolutely no evidence to be able to convict you.
That's so chilling.
And I don't know, and if it was, I don't know if it was one of you, so I can't punish all three of you. I think that one of them was innocent. And if you listen to it, you'll see why. But one of them was possibly innocent, but he's so in love with his boyfriend that he's helping him cover it up. I don't mean innocent, like he's done absolutely nothing wrong. But I mean, he
Yeah.
wasn't the one to.
You're just in a 30-minute window. There's no way that not one of those guys
No.
did it.
Yeah, exactly. Like imagine an intruder
Do you
coming
know
in,
what, though?
drugging
That's
someone.
so sad, though, isn't
I
it?
know,
Like,
it is
imagine
sad.
knowing him, or the wife, or I don't know if they had kids or like his family, and being like
Yeah.
they got away with it.
Yeah.
That's what really fucks
And
me off.
treated like with such an. I mean, all murder's shit, but like the indignity.
Yeah, and not knowing as well, because I
Yeah.
think that your imagination then goes wild.
Yeah.
Because
of
if you're like
course.
these sex toys, and what was he
Yeah.
used as a pawn in their
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
and
yeah.
your head just goes like, oh God, what happened to him in those
Yeah.
last?
Really
I
sad.
hope that they get their comeuppance.
Well, they think that one of them is. They think that the boyfriend did it. Well, not they. There's theories, and I believe that one more. That the boyfriend did it, not the two who were like in a proper relationship. The boyfriend, because
Yeah.
he was the one that was. He was brought in because one of the couple liked BDSM and all that kind of
Yeah,
shit. So
yeah.
he was brought in because the other one was like, no thanks, get yourself a little.
Yeah,
bit
get,
on the
get
side.
your rocks off
Exactly.
somewhere else. Yeah.
So they think that he did it, and then this other one of the couple loves him so, or like he's implicated in it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And it's then like, right, everybody has to shut the fuck up. No one tell your story. And because the one who's mainly innocent loves his partner so much, he's covered up for him because they're still together, which I think is
Jesus.
mental. I don't think you can go through that with anybody and survive it as a couple. I genuinely don't care how much you love someone.
No, and maybe the truth will out.
Hopefully, yeah.
But when did it happen?
2006.
Oh, fuck. So enough time has passed.
Oh, it's been like 20 years, is it?
Oh, so,
nearly.
well, in that case, then I'm like, because if that was more recent, I'd assume that maybe one of them would come out and say
No.
the truth.
I mean, I'd like to think that somebody like writes it in a note on the deathbed or something that they feel guilty
Yeah.
about it, but yeah,
But it's like the Ian Bailey thing. Like, he went to his grave, not ever saying what he did.
But I think they're all psychopaths, but there's one person in this that knows what's happened that has a bit of a conscience. Ian Bailey fucking did.
Yeah,
If it was him.
Well, in both of these stories, we're pretty much sure who did it. It's just about being like, how fucking frustrating that you can't find the evidence to pin it on them.
And this other bloke's off married to someone else. Imagine marrying it. I'd be like,
yeah, well, it's like that. Do you remember that Scottish story that I suggested you watch about the guys who buried that poor cyclist in the marshes?
Oh, yeah, that was horrible.
And the fact that he obviously did have a conscience, so he was just like, in the end, he told his new girlfriend.
Yeah.
She was like,
That
have you done
was so
anything
sad.
bad? And he went, I actually have.
Killed someone,
I buried him there. And that suggests a mind that's like, I have to tell someone. So you'd hope. But that suggests he's not a psychopath. He just made he was an arrogant piece of shit.
Yeah.
But an actual proper narcissist psychopath would maybe keep that to himself.
Well, I think this is because this man loves the other one so much that he's like, if you leave me,
Also,
I
maybe
will.
scared.
And
What they're capable of.
Oh, it's real. But listen to it.
it's
It's ever so
chilling.
good. It's not obviously not
Very
good. It's
chilling.
fucking shit. Oh, eyes. Have you been reading Pet
Eyes.
Cemetery?
Yeah, I'm fucking loving it.
It's amazing.
Also, I don't tell me anything.
Yeah.
If you haven't read Pet Cemetery, well, I'm not going to spoil it because I haven't got far enough yet. But I just suddenly went, oh, I think I know where this might go. And I'm really excited about where it's going to go. Because a part of me was like, hey, it's just a pet cemetery. Like, how scary could that be? And now I'm like,
It's pretty scary.
Oh, it's going to get darker and darker.
It's a nice looking book as well, that one.
I know, I love the colours.
I love a nice looking book.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yes.
Anyway, would you like to pick a tarot? And then shall I talk about the Diet Love Past thing?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Okay, hang on. I'm excited about listening to the Diet Love Past thing.
Yeah, me too. We're doing a bit true crime today, aren't we?
Hang on, I don't feel anything. Oh!
You got something. What is
I didn't
it?
feel anything there, so I've got this one.
Go on. What is it?
No! 1, 2, 3,
What?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Upside down, 8 of cups.
Upside down.
For the person who's always slagging us for not saying the right thing upside down.
Okay.
How is
It
it bad?
suggests you may have experienced a terrible event, yet you have somehow not allowed it to ruin your life.
That's nice.
You don't indulge in the kind of emotional agony this card generally represents, which may be a sign that you're more resilient than others. You bounce back from setbacks. Under the circumstances, you're doing fine. You're learning to transform disappointments and a will to change.
All right.
Your resilience converts adversity into positive accomplishment.
Lovely.
So maybe there's something going on in your life that's quite bad, but
Well,
you're
the pod
being
life.
resilient.
I don't think there's anything going on that's bad.
Pod life. What setbacks have we had?
Fucking loads.
Have we?
Merch. That was a cunt.
yeah.
Although, some pretty exciting
Oh my
news
God.
coming
Maybe
about
we should
merch.
say we're going to start a new line of merch, guys.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming.
Bitches. Hopefully before
because
Christmas.
I know that we've let you down with that. It was such a small window we had merch, wasn't it?
I really, really, really said that I was never going to do merch again because I was so traumatized. That's
so
That's
bad.
what it's talking about. That bad thing that happened.
We've bounced back.
We were so traumatized.
Yeah.
I'd wake up in the middle of the night being like, "I'm broken digits."
Yeah, I know. And also, I need to get one of those sweatshirts off you.
Oh yes, I need to bring the whole fucking thing.
Anyway, are you ready for the first story, which is about a similar story to the Diet Love Past?
Yes, please.
Come on, man.
Come on then. Oh God, the vitamin D is wonderful,
Honestly,
isn't it?
I actually am in love with it.
So how many are you hang on, how many are you take? I want to find out how many I'm on. So what the recommended dose is 400.
400 to 800.
The pill, the
I'm
pearls.
On the pearls that you're on and me and you are on are a 1,000
I don't know if
IU.
we've got the same pills.
Oh.
Well, it does say take up to 5 a day.
Fine. I think it's a bit of trial and error.
How much? Like, can you OD on vitamin D? That's the
One
name
for
of the
the Huns.
episode. It's biovitamin D. What the fuck that means? Oh no, it's only 800 IU.
Your one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very low. Oh, so no wonder you're taking two.
2 of those, yeah. So what are
At
yours?
least 1,000.
Oh.
But I'm going to stick to that for now because I really don't get any sun and I think 1,000's fine. That'll do me.
1,000's absolutely fine.
Yeah. But
I'm on 1,600.
I did take 10 grand and it did make me feel great. So let's see.
So did you just take 10 of those?
yeah,
Or
yeah.
one that had 10?
One that had
Grand in.
10,000. Yeah, 10 grand tablet every morning for 3 days.
And
I'm
now you're
buzzing.
like...
I'm like this.
Yeah, too much energy.
Yeah, I'm full of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, going to bed at 2, I was like, I can't do this all the time. I need to rein in the
Yeah, I
vitamin
know. I need to be a
D.
bit
I
more
want to go to
tired.
bed. Yeah.
Anyway, so this is called the Khamar Daban incident of 1993, where 6...
Oh, and more recent than Eyelash Pass.
Yeah. 6 hikers died suddenly. 1 survived, and the cause is still unknown.
Right.
So...
Look how creepy that looks.
Jesus, what?
That
Is it?
shadow of a person.
Oh, my God.
Fucking politicians and that.
More politicians. Anyway, so in August 1993, a group of 7 hikers from Petropavl in Kazakhstan went into the Khamar Daban mountains near Lake Baikal. The group was led by Lyudmila Korovina, a 41-year-old instructor with a reputation for being tough but highly skilled. The rest of the group were 6 young hikers between 15 and 24.
Just don't fucking hike.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Don't go into the wilderness. Bad shit's going to go down. Their names were Alexander Krysin, Tatiana Filipenko, Denis Shvakin, Valentina Utchenko, Victoria Zalisova, and Timur Bapanov.
What a array of exotic names. You didn't get any, like, Tony Bottomley
Yeah, I know.
in there.
Yes, Kazakhstan, mate. They're
lovely. Well, how exotic.
They were experienced and had done challenging hikes before. The plan was to hike from Merino village, climb a mountain called Retranslayator, and meet up with another group, led by Korovina's daughter, on August the 5th. The first couple of days went fine. Then, on August 4th, the weather suddenly turned with cold rain and snow. For some reason, they decided to camp out in the open between 2 peaks, even though they were near the tree line and could have had better shelter.
Right.
That part still confuses a lot of people. The next morning is when things went horribly wrong. According to the only survivor, 17-year-old Valentina Tuchenko, the group was packing up camp when Alexander Krysin suddenly collapsed. He started screaming, foaming at the mouth, and bleeding from his eyes and ears.
Oh, God.
Then the others began acting the same way. Convulsions, panic, tearing at their clothes and clutching their throats. It all happened in minutes. Korovina reportedly tried to help them but ended up dying of a heart attack herself. 6 of them died right there. Valentina somehow survived. She ran and hid in the woods and wandered alone for days before being found by kayakers on August the 10th. She was in shock and covered in blood.
Oh, my God.
The police didn't start a proper search until August the 24th, and it took another 2 days to locate the bodies. The official cause of death for 5 of the hikers was listed as hypothermia, and Korovina died of a heart attack. But what Valentina described doesn't match hypothermia at all. Here are the main theories that people talk about. Hypothermia. The official story says cold weather and exposure killed them, but hypothermia doesn't usually cause bleeding from the face or foaming at the mouth. People freeze to death all the time without looking like they were poisoned or having seizures. The next theory is a nerve agent. Nerve agent exposure. Some believe they accidentally wandered into an area with chemical residue from something like Novichok, a Soviet-made nerve agent. The symptoms line up pretty closely. Convulsions, panic, sudden death. But if that's true, why did Valentina survive? And would they really test something like that near a popular hiking area? The next theory, toxic plants or food poisoning. There's a local plant called Aconitum succoveji. I'm probably pronouncing that very wrong.
You did a better job than I would have done.
That's part of the aconite family. It can cause heart problems and convulsions if eaten.
Oh.
God, imagine being lost in the wilderness. I'd die immediately.
Well,
I'd eat a mushroom that would kill me dead.
Yeah.
Fuck. Some people think they might have boiled it in tea or misidentified it as something edible. But there's no proof they did, and the deaths were way too fast and extreme for that theory to fully explain it. Another theory.
But how do they know how fast it was?
From her description.
Oh, right.
Altitude sickness. High altitude cerebral edema can mess with your brain and cause confusion or death, but the Khamar Daban mountains aren't high enough for that to happen. Plus, Korovina was experienced enough to recognise the signs early.
So she's alive, sorry?
No, the 17-year-old girl Valentina survived. The hiking woman in her 40s died of a heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
The other hikers were foamed at the mouth.
This is from Valentina's...
From her point of view, she's the only survivor.
Okay.
The other theory is that it's a military experiment or a cover-up. The theory goes that they stumbled onto something they weren't supposed to see and they were silenced. Russia has a history of covering up weird incidents like this, but again, there's no solid proof, and Valentina being alive complicates things. The last one is natural causes, like a katabatic wind, and some people blame sudden wind gusts that can drop temperatures super fast and cause freezing conditions, and it might explain the hypothermia, but not the physical symptoms Valentina described.
That sounds like the least likely.
Yeah, it was wind.
Yeah.
I'd be
no,
like,
I
stop
don't think so.
gaslighting me. I saw my friend bleed from the eyes.
Yeah, it's not wind.
Jesus. And the last one is mass panic or psychological breakdown. It's possible something triggered a group panic, a loud noise, a sudden environmental stress. In theory, that could lead to people acting irrationally and freezing to death, but that still doesn't explain things like bleeding or foaming. And there's one last weird detail. In her original 1993 police report, Valentina described screaming and blood. But in a 2018 interview, she said there was no blood and no screaming. Some people think this means she was lying or hiding something. Others think it was just trauma or mistranslation. Either way, no one's ever found any reason to suspect her of doing anything. So yeah, the whole thing feels like it should be more well known, and the similarities to the Dyatlov Pass are crazy. Remote mountains, mysterious deaths, strange behaviour, and one survivor. And it doesn't make sense.
Well, I think that sounds like it makes a bit more sense than Dyatlov Pass because because
they were found without their shoes and they were separate from each other.
And there was the tent was cut, but from the inside. I mean, again, it still kind of does suggest hypothermia, but doesn't that seem as though they've just ingested something?
I think so. Yeah, you're right. And
also,
I think
like panic. I'm sorry, but the two people in the world least most likely to panic and experience bleeding from the eyes is you and I on a ghost hunt. And if we've survived traumatic experiences,
environmental stresses,
so would some very experienced hikers.
Yeah, I think my theory is that, like Dyatlov Pass, I think it's a bit. I'm going to put my tin hat on and go. I think there's some kind of weapons testing or nerve agent, and that explains why they acted in a complete. Like, I think there is some external factor rather than like it's a psychological breakdown.
It's not fucking wind either.
It's not fucking wind, and I don't believe the avalanche thing either. No, like, they were just covered up. And I'm like, they took their shoes off. There's odd things that happen within the tent. Anyway, very strange. And the fact that there's one survivor, because I'm like, if it was a nerve agent or some weapons testing.
I really want to know all the answers to all these fucking cold cases. I love cold cases, but they fucking annoy me because I never know who's going to fucking do it.
Yeah. Well, do you have a story for me?
I do. Come on, ladies. The sooner we get there, the sooner we can open the champagne.
Oh, yeah.
Maya and Tara exchanged a look. Tara's eyes flicked heavenward in a dramatic roll. Maya bit down a laugh. It's Prosecco, not champagne. Tara huffed. I swear, she muttered. If she says it one more time, I might throw myself off a cliff. You won't, Maya said. We're too far from the sea. You'd just break both legs and you know for a fact that Elise won't let you take any annual leave for it. They snorted quietly, but the hill was steep and their laughter dissolved into wheezes. Maya's legs trembled from exhaustion. This team building weekend was already a nightmare. The company they'd all worked for had given them a budget to go away together for the weekend together. Their ex-colleague, Sandra, had died at the office a few months ago. Maya had found her and the company was worried that all three of them were traumatised, so voila, a cheeky long weekend to fix everything. However, all she'd seen of this incredible island getaway, why am I doing that over? Incredible island getaway so far was Elise's Titanic-sized backside pumping up the hill.
Oh, wow.
2 determined watermelons stuffed into khaki cargo trousers.
Sexy.
And those revolting green hiking boots still pristine and stiff. Elise, head of HR, had decided that this weekend required her leadership too. She'd even written a brochure. Bonding, leadership, skill building, unplugged fun. Maya would rather shove the brochure up her ass than unplug with Elise. She paused, taking a long drink from her company logo water bottle. The view should have been soothing, cliffs tapering into black rocks, the sea churning white below, but then she saw their boat already shrinking into the horizon. Great, Tara murmured beside her, completely and utterly abandoned. I hope there's a crazy murderer out here to take her out, then we might have some fun. Come on, Elise called again, waving them forward. When they finally reached the cabin, they couldn't believe their eyes. It was completely gorgeous.
Aww.
Too gorgeous. Warm blonde wood, thatched roof, windows glowing with firelight. Wow.
Amazing. I want that.
Maya breathed. Christ, this is like a fairy tale, Tara added. Elise clasped her hands. See, that's worth the hike, isn't it? But no one asked the obvious question that they should have done. Who lit the fire?
You looked at me like that was the end of the
Who
story.
lit the fire? The end. Imagine how disappointing that would have been. Later that night, the three women chose their rooms. Maya had decided that she definitely had the best one. A huge king-size bed, mattress that was marshmallow soft, and a beautiful small window that looked out onto the sea. Oh. She was transfixed by that view for a few minutes. As the sun was setting, the light bounced off the water. There was nothing out there but... Oh, actually... No, she was wrong. There was a boat. Tiny like a rowboat, so small it would probably only fit a couple of people in it. Right now, she could see one, stood up in the rowboat, arms by its side, staring straight ahead. At her? She watched the boat for a few minutes, goosebumps lining her arms, because even though she knew that she, Tara, and Elise had their whole island...
She-Tara?
She-Tara! She, Tara, and Elise.
There's a comma. I see.
Had the... Is Tara... Are those quite posh names? Maya, Tara. Tara's not, is it?
Could be.
Could be. That's the weird thing with like proper fucking posh people. Like they're all called like Smithy and Grumpy and like.
Oh yeah.
So what does Bunty?
And
Yeah.
Bunty and
Yeah.
Minty and
Minty. Where does that all come
and
from?
Tozzer and Laholu.
Yeah. Where's that come from?
Well, it's just inbred.
It's very strange, isn't it?
It's because they're juvenile and they've never actually gone into the real world, so they're all just like, yeah, hockey sticks.
Right. I thought it
Big
was
bong
almost
and-
like big bong, ping bong. I thought
Yeah.
it was like they're because that's what the working class do.
Right.
So it's almost like
well,
it's
I
almost
think
like they're that far gone that they're almost back round
yeah.
the other side.
I think they've just they haven't progressed beyond like nicknames at school, boarding
Right.
school.
Yeah.
where
Toffee and
Toff.
Toffee,
yeah,
toff,
and
toff.
it's like grow up and just call yourself Tom.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah, for the love
Christ.
of God. Well, it's women, I think, more than men. The women are the weirder ones.
Oh, do you think?
That's kind of what I had in mind. You know, like
Mashy and
Binky.
Lunky.
Yeah, what?
Like it's your blanket comforter.
Yeah, and they're always horrible. They're never like cute names. They're
No.
always like shithead,
Yeah.
shitty pants.
Shit pants.
Anyway,
Anyway.
she watched the boat for a few minutes, goosebumps lining her arms, because even though she knew that she, Tara, and Elise had the whole island for the weekend, that boat looked like it was coming closer. That evening, they made homemade tomato... Yeah, obviously. They made homemade tomato soup with massive hunks of freshly baked sourdough, which Elise had made, of course. They layered the bread and butter so thick it would leave teeth marks. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, I want that.
Maya and Tara begrudgingly admitted that it was delicious, and Elise beamed. They drank wine and chatted amicably, but eventually they got bored. So they decided to start the team-building activities early. 2 truths and a lie, Elise proclaimed. She does sound like a fucking cunt. I would want her I would drown her.
Yeah.
Maya grabbed a floppy felt hat from the coat rack, dusting a thick film of dust off it. Perfect for drawing our papers, Elise chirps. Let's get vulnerable, ladies. I don't want any my favourite colours are, or I prefer Sainsbury's to Tesco. I want the proper, real, deep, dark truth.
Okay, she wants to confess something.
They tore paper from a notepad and scribbled their entries. The fire cracked warmly, but every now and then it hissed, as though damp wood smouldered beneath the clean, bright logs. Maya dropped her folded slip into the hat. Elise did the same with a theatrical flourish. Tara tossed hers and last, brushing her... Tara tossed off. Then she
You
did a
would.
bit,
It's a cabin by the sea.
brushing her palms together. All right, Maya said, who's pulling first? Before anyone answered, the cabin lights flickered. Tara gave a nervous laugh. Very atmospheric. Old wiring, Elise said briskly. She reached into the old hat, pulled a slip and unfolded it. 1, I hate boats. 2, I have a twin sister. 3, I've killed someone. Maya frowned. Who says this? The last one's a bit dark, isn't it? Very funny, Tara, Elise said, placing the paper on the floor. I know you have a twin sister. I have all of your emergency contacts back at the office and I know them off by heart. But I could have sworn earlier that you said you loved boats. I do. Elise laughed nervously. But then that means that you're telling the truth about killing someone. Tara shrugged, and Maya's whole body went cold. Maya was about to say something, but she heard a noise like nothing she'd ever heard before. It was a raspy breath, a death rattle. It was coming from behind her. She turned slowly and squinted into the dark corner it was coming from. She saw two eyes peering out from the coats piled on the coat rack. Who the fuck is that? She screamed. She jumped up on the sofa she jumped up on the sofa that she'd been sitting on as though she'd seen a rat. She remembered the figure she'd seen on the water as she watched the figure scuttle out of the coats and into the kitchen on all fours.
Oh, jeez, no.
It looked like Sandra? Maya whispered in a trembling voice. Tara stood up and walked towards her, rolling her eyes. She thinks she's here to warn you. She's always a bloody goody two-shoes. I'm hoping that once I get rid of you, there'll be no one else to warn and she'll piss off. Tara pulled a knife out of her back pocket. Elise! Maya shouted. Elise, help me! Tara stopped walking but laughed. You really think she's going to help you? Maya looked over and saw the grotesque vision of Elise. Lips blue, tongue swollen and hanging out of her mouth. How? She was fine a minute ago. Tara inspected the knife, looking bored. She was a ghost, Maya. God, you're so thick. I've no idea how you ended up second in command of the HR department. I killed her as soon as we got here, hours ago. Her spirit, however, has been harder to get rid of than I would have thought. And as for Sandra, well, like I said, I'll just get rid of you and then you can all fuck off to your afterlife. Hopefully there's a big HR department for you all to run up there and you can leave me alone here in the real world as the boss, she said proudly. Are you telling me that you're killing us all so that you get a promotion? That's right, Tara said, nodded, as if it was a completely normal thing to happen. Now, I hope you've booked your annual leave for this absence you're about to take.
Oh my God.
As Tara walked towards Maya, she saw the spirits of Sandra and Elise stood behind her, waiting. The end.
Wow.
It all gets fucking murdery in the boardroom.
That's an advert not to have an office job.
Never have an office job.
The office politics. I don't miss that at all.
I fucking hated working in an office. I was so bored.
I was so bored.
I overheard my sister the other day having a meeting because she stole my bedroom and so I had to sit on the landing doing my work. And I was like, that sounds like the most horrific conversation I've ever heard. They spent 50 minutes planning the office party. I was like, are you joking?
Yeah.
Get out of my bedroom.
I remember when I lived with Deeps, she would have these really long leadership kind of these calls that I just didn't understand.
No.
I was like, this is completely beyond me.
It goes around
so
in circles.
Professional and very I'm like, fair play to her. And she's doing some proper work. But I was like, whoa, our lives are so different.
Yeah. Yeah, we're like ghosts.
Yeah. So not for me. But when I did, I worked on reception for fucking years. And I would get involved in the politics. You can't help it.
No.
Because, I'd be like, why has she got a face like a smacked ass? And they're
Yeah.
like, well, wait until you hear this.
Oh, well,
I'd be
that's
like,
gossip.
Gossip, yeah,
That's
but it's
fine.
a similar kind of thing, isn't it?
No, gossip's gossip. You can gossip. No, that's just gossip.
Yeah.
Office politics, who's stolen my fucking stapler, I will kill you.
Oh, no.
And somebody writing the name on the fucking tuna sandwich.
Oh, that
in
is
the
bad.
fridge.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
I don't work anywhere where a fridge, I would take food out of the fridge. It's rank. They're all gross.
I used to have a job at this really posh bank or something. I was just there to do a bit of temping PA work, and they would have at 7 a.m. they'd bring in fresh sourdough and all these fresh things, but I always felt a bit bribed to be there.
Yeah.
I was like, there's the reason people don't leave is because they're like, lovely breakfast,
Yeah,
lovely
yeah,
lunch, lovely
yeah.
dinner that I'll have, and I'm like, you need to get out.
Yeah.
They're keeping you here via bread.
I could understand that.
Yeah,
I'd
but
be
it
trapped
does.
somewhere
I was
with
like,
bread.
it was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. But guys, it's all a fucking trap.
It's not for me.
Don't stay just because the bread's good.
No, never stay for any situation.
Yeah.
Romantic, professional, whatever. Have you got another story?
Yes. This is called Followed in the Dark. I work full-time in healthcare, which is a high-stress job, and it can be quite overwhelming and physically and mentally draining. So on my days off, to de-stress and relax, I love to go on drives by the ocean, by myself, or with my best mate. Most of the time, we'd go late at night to watch the stars or the moon or simply just to listen to the ocean.
Cute.
It would reset our brains, relieve stress, and the long chats and laughs we'd have were so memorable and special. But then something happened a couple of days ago, and it made me rethink doing these beloved night drives. It was a cold, dark November night. Usually, I got off work around 11, but tonight I was leaving work around 1 a.m. The perks of working in healthcare. I worked in a tiny little town about an hour west of the big city. I lived about 45 minutes away, and I was dreading the drive home. It was very windy that night, and as I left work, the brown leaves were swirling all around me in the parking lot.
Wind again, weird.
I know. I shivered. I feel cold even listening to this. I shivered, pulling my jacket tighter around me as I slid into the front seat of my car. When my co-worker had came in to relieve me, she'd advised me to take the old highway home, not my usual route of the new. It's so windy, my car almost blew me off the highway, she said. The old highway ran almost parallel to the new one, except it snaked through thick forests and wound along the coastline. Normally, it'd take me 45 minutes to get home, but taking the old highway would take me at least an hour. But I wasn't worried about time. I was just worried about making it home safe. As I drove, my headlights illuminated the thick trees lining the roads. The wind would make my car sway every now and then, making me grip the wheel tighter.
I don't enjoy that kind of driving at all.
I just can't relate. I have no
Well, have
idea
you got
what's
something
going
to say on that?
I'm like, well, it's a car. Why is it being blown about? I mean, that must be terrifying
It is
as a
quite
driver.
scary.
All I could think about was the warmth of my bed, and I sighed. I turned on my Bluetooth to listen to one of my podcasts. There was no one else on the road, and the car hadn't gone by in about 20 minutes. There were no street lamps on the old highway, and it was always really dark with the thick forest on either side, little beaches and a house every now and then. About 10 minutes later, I passed through a tiny little town, if you could even call it a town. It had a grocery store, a drugstore, a couple of restaurants, and an old gas station.
Nope.
It was a tiny little trailer with a couple of pumps that sold cheap cigarettes, closing around 8 p.m.
I'd love a cigarette.
As I drove by the gas station, I noticed the first vehicle I'd seen in a while. An old truck was idling in the gravel parking lot by the gas station. This wasn't unusual, as it was a fishing town, and it was starting to become lobster season. But as I drove by, I could see the outline of someone sitting in the truck. It gave me a weird sense of comfort to know I wasn't the only one awake on the roads at this time. I kept on driving, but I could feel myself growing very tired. About 10 minutes ahead, there was a little beach that I loved. So I decided to pull over and stop for a few minutes to have a quick smoke.
Oh.
You'd love that.
I'd love that, yeah.
The cold air and the sound of the waves.
Why isn't she smoking in a car? She's the only one in it. Have a cig in your car.
Yeah, I guess she wants that fresh wind to kind of fucking wake her up. The cold air and the sound of the waves would probably do a better job of waking me up than my podcast would. And it was stormy out, so the waves would be huge. And I loved watching the ocean's magnificent waves pummel the coastline during a storm.
That's too scary for me.
Oh, I'd love
but at night time.
I know, but I'd fucking
When
love
we
to
got
see
in the
that.
sea in Devon, I was scared then. I was like, it
Yeah.
feels like there's too vast a space.
And someone commented that Blackpool Sands apparently is treacherous. And I'm like, I'm really fucking glad you guys didn't actually swim. I'd be like,
we
bye.
wouldn't have been able to. We
No.
would have died.
Anyway, I pulled into the gravel parking lot by the beach and I parked at the very end. There was no one else there as I parked. I put down my window and I lit my smoke. I stepped out of the car for a few moments to try and get a glimpse of the waves. The wind was so strong it almost took my breath away. The cold air was harsh as it hit my face, but it did its job by waking me up. That was enough. I shivered, got back in the car, and I turned the heat on high. I breathed in the cold, salty air and finally felt myself relax. It'd been a rough shift, and I was grateful to have a few days off after tonight. About halfway through my smoke, headlights swept across my car as another vehicle pulled into the parking lot. It parked about 100 yards away from me and idled for a few minutes before turning off. I was plunged into darkness, with no sound except for the crashing waves and wind. All of a sudden, I started to get an uneasy feeling in my stomach, and I was unsure why. It wasn't uncommon for another vehicle to be here at this hour, as a lot of people would come to the beach late at night. Some would walk along the beach in the moonlight, smoke a joint round a fire, or just young couples would come and mess around in their cars. But still, I felt uneasy. I glanced at the time. It was 1:40 a.m. I shivered. I lit up another smoke, leant back in my seat, trying to ignore the growing heaviness in my stomach. I was enjoying the sound of the waves and I was reluctant to leave just yet. I'll leave after I finish this smoke, I said to myself. Usually, the beach was lit up by the moonlight, but tonight it was very dark. The only sounds were of the waves hitting the beach and the wind whistling through my car. After a few moments, I thought I heard the sound of gravel crunching. I looked around and I didn't see anything. I shrugged, rubbed my eyes, and I felt tired again. I was almost done with my smoke, so I put my foot on the brakes to start my car. The red light of my brakes illuminated something through my rearview mirror.
Oh, no, thanks.
For just a split second. Or at least I thought I'd seen something, but when I looked back again, there was nothing there.
Jesus.
I shook my head and tossed my cigarette out of the car.
I shit myself.
I shat my pants and died. I shook my head and tossed my cigarette out of the car, laughing to myself. It's all these true crime podcasts I've been listening to, they're getting to me. I thought as I put the car in reverse. I glanced at my side mirror before reversing. My heart almost dropped into my stomach. There, illuminated by the red light, was a figure crouched down.
Oh, no. Horrible.
Leaning against the side of my car.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Accelerate.
Die. Yeah, kill it.
Yeah.
He was leaning against the side of my car near the brake light. He seemed to be slowly inching closer to the driver's door. Jesus Christ! A jolt of fear ran through me and I froze for a second. Then, fight or flight kicked in and my body chose flight. I slammed my foot on the gas.
Yeah.
My car reversed quickly.
Book it, bitch!
Yeah. You gotta leave, girl.
Book it out of there, bitch!
The figure jumped out of the way, and as I switched the gear to drive, my headlights illuminated a man in a dark
It's always
sweater.
a fucking, not all men, but it is always men.
Creeping up on you.
Yeah.
In a dark sweater and jeans, running towards the other vehicle.
It's never a 40-year-old mum, is it?
No.
Never.
Yeah, it's not like Sharon from number 12.
Yeah, she's got other things on her mind.
Yeah. Her husband's out in the fucking truck chasing women along the beach.
Yeah, and she's just trying to get dinner on.
Yeah, exactly.
Single mom who works 2 jobs.
He was wearing a dark sweater and jeans running towards the other vehicle.
No.
It was the truck I'd seen earlier by the gas station. My heart sank and I felt sick to my stomach as I floored it out the parking lot and back on the road. I was terrified. I was about 20 minutes from home and the old highway was basically one long, winding roads with very few side streets and not many options to hide in case he followed me. My eyes kept darting to the rearview mirror, praying I wouldn't see headlights behind me. But after a few moments, there they were. My stomach dropped again and I increased my speed.
So scary, someone chasing you in a car.
On one road, there's no way off. There had to be a road up ahead I could quickly turn into and hide. Luck must have been on my side because as I turned a sharp bend, the headlights disappeared from my rear view momentarily and I could see there was a little gravel road quickly coming up on the left. I yanked the steering wheel left, barely braking, and turned, gunning it up the little road.
No, this is a bad idea.
The road was so narrow it would only fit one car and I was relieved to see the road had many turns, which would hide me from the main road. After getting a few hundred yards down the road, I shut off the lights and rolled to a park. I sat there, shaking in total darkness.
That's such a dreadful
praying
idea.
I wouldn't see the headlights come up the road behind me.
You deserve to die. This is a dreadful, dreadful idea.
Well, I kind
Stay
of...
on the main road. Like, you don't know where there's going to be a fucking, like, cul-de-sac that you're then stuck and trapped. No, this is the equivalent. This is the road equivalent of going upstairs.
Yeah, you're right.
Mental.
I think I'd just turn the car off and be like, come for me. Go on then.
Yeah, I'd be like, I can't.
Go on then, you fucking prick.
I'm the same. I'd be like, no,
like,
I can't.
Have me. Go on then.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Because this
is too
chasing.
much. Yeah, chasey. I sat there shaking in total darkness, praying I would not see the headlights come up the road behind me.
Just hopping back into the truck with him.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, he'd be like, oh, no fun.
Yeah.
It was silent except for my harsh breathing. My heart was pounding. I rolled down my window and listened. It was quiet, and all I could hear was the wind blowing through the trees, and I couldn't stop shaking. I wasn't even religious, but I sat there praying I wouldn't see the headlights and to just make it home safely to my warm bed and for this all to be a nightmare. 10 minutes went by, then 20, nothing. The tension in my body eased and the sinking feeling in my stomach faded. I gave myself another 10 minutes, took some deep breaths, turned on the car, keeping my lights low. I had to do a 10-point turn to get myself turned back on the narrow road, but I somehow managed to. I slowly drove down the little road back to the main road. And as I came there, I hesitated. I could see a few kilometres in each direction as the road snaked around the coastline, and I didn't see any vehicles on the road. I took a deep breath, turned left towards home. The whole drive back, I was tense, but I did not see the old truck again. Only 2 cars passed me, one a police officer, the other being a Jeep, but I made it safely home. And as I pulled into my driveway and turned off my car, I made the promise to myself to never go to that beach at night again.
No.
Some people just have bad intentions, and unfortunately, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh, so just a creepy fucking man.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll do stories that are just creepy men.
Yeah, because they
And
are
they're
just as scary.
Just as scary.
If not scarier.
Um,
Oh, stunning. Do you want a creep of the week?
yeah. Creep
To
of the
end
week.
us on.
Creep of the
Cow,
week.
cow.
Creep of the week. Creep of the week. Creep of
Who do I have?
week.
Hi, Hannah and Susie. You can say my name. My name is Izzy, and I'm from Beverley, near Hull.
Where?
Beverley.
In Hull.
Yeah, Beverley in Hull. However, I'm so sorry, Izzy, if I offended you. This story happened in Maghull in Liverpool. I absolutely love your podcast, and I've listened to every episode at least twice. It gets me through the day. I hope you enjoy my story. So, a few years ago, I went to go and stay with my grandparents over the summer. I was only there for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Everything was going great. But some backstory to this. Since being very young, I can always remember hearing footsteps on the landing upstairs during the day and also at night. However, we have a big family, and I thought that it was probably one of my siblings just going to the toilet. On week 2 of my stay, I'd gotten into bed and was scrolling on my phone. It must have been about 1:30 a.m, and both of my grandparents were asleep. I'd started to feel sleep take over, so I turned around and put my phone on the nightstand, turned the lamp off. I just turned back over and was about to fall asleep when I heard footsteps. Not thinking anything of it, I shut my eyes and tried to get comfortable, and that was until I heard tapping on the wardrobe. I stilled my breathing and tried to listen carefully. The tapping sounded like it was moving along the wardrobe, getting closer to me each time, until it stopped. At this point, I was wide awake, and I had tried to stay as still as possible until I felt something leaning on the bed over me. The mattress actually sunk as if someone was getting into bed. I thought it was my mind playing tricks on me until whatever was leaning on the bed got up, and I heard the footsteps leave the room and go back down the hallway. The next morning, I decided not to say anything to my grandparents, as I thought I was just overtired and my mind was playing tricks on me. At around lunchtime, both my grandparents left the house to run some errands, so I was in my room, drawing, listening to music. Around half an hour after they left, I heard a huge bang downstairs, so I ran to the kitchen to find every cupboard door flung open.
Oh, shit.
I quickly shut them all and made my way back upstairs, trying not to think about it. This proceeded to happen a second time, no more than 20 minutes after the first. I decided to shut the doors again and talk to my grandma about it. That night at tea, I brought it up in conversation, and to my surprise, they were extremely calm about it. My grandma explained to me that it was Neil, and that he was probably throwing a chat. Oh,
So,
Neil,
when did you
what
go
are you doing there, Neil?
Since when are you haunting a young lady in Liverpool, you
You
perv?
dirty bastard. That he was probably throwing a tantrum due to the fact that he hadn't left the radio on. Is Neil a big radio guy?
No, but now I'm wondering,
Now you
what's
should
he
think about
hiding
it,
from me?
I proceeded to ask who Neil was, and my grandma began to explain. Oh, you're all right,
Susie's
unless you're a
boyfriend.
big perv. Because Neil was a teenage boy.
Oh, no.
Neil was a teenage boy who used to live in the house before my grandparents moved in. Unfortunately, he passed away at quite a young age due to having cancer.
Oh,
My grandparents had bought the house from his family and had helped them move his tree from the back garden to the new house. Since then, I guess that's a tree that his ashes were scattered under or something.
maybe.
Since then, my grandparents have said that they would hear footsteps. Pictures would be tilted or fall off the wall. Cupboard doors would open, and many other strange occurrences would happen. To my surprise, my grandma said that she'd never felt scared, and he'd just become a part of their everyday life. When I asked about the bedroom incident, her reply was, "Oh, that used to be his room. He's probably just excited about having a girl in there."
Oh, wow.
Neil has now become someone we talk about often in this family, and whenever I stay over, I always make sure to say hello and goodbye to him, and I never forget to turn the radio on. I hope you enjoyed my story, and I can't wait to hear it if it gets chosen for the pod.
Oh, wow.
Keep bringing laughter and spooky stories, and I can't wait to continue to listen in the future. Lots of love, Izzy.
Oh, thank you, Izzy.
That's
That's
quite
cute.
a sweet story.
I'm sad though. I
isn't
don't like
it?
to think of dead Neil.
I know, but it reminds me of Casper
Yeah.
because he was like a teenage lad, wasn't he? Like fucking cute.
Some
Thank
of
you
them
so
are
much.
wholesome.
Some of them will be.
Shall we do a last week at haunted? You've got a little
Yeah, I don't
present.
know. I was just going to say, I don't know if I know what to do with these. Okay, so what you had to do, Big Suze, here is I have a deck of cards.
Yes.
And much like the tarot, but this is more specific.
Oh, God.
So what we're going to do is we're going to ask it a question that's
Yeah.
like about the next hour because we're recording here for then.
Yeah.
And we're going to see if it happens.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I want you to think about a question like anything. It can be specific, it can be broad, and then we're going to see what card you pull and we're going to
see what that means for the next
Yeah.
step. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Will either Hannah or Susie have a very strange, uncanny moment during next week's episode? Will something weird happen that we go, hang on?
Shuffle them. Whilst you're thinking about it, you've got to shuffle them.
Okay, I've got one.
And then feel when you've got a card. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
Air.
Oh, air. What does that mean?
It's the element
still
of
gonna
life and breathing
breathe.
because it's associated with a new day, freshness, new beginnings, enterprise.
I've had a shower. Have you had a shower?
I have
Good.
actually. Cooling breeze. Remember that air is the element of the wind and governs all movement, associated with travel, freedom, and new discoveries.
Oh.
So it's the element of wisdom, knowledge, and ideas. Call upon the fresh moving force of the wind to open the mind.
Wind again.
Yeah.
That's 3 mentions of the wind this
I know.
podcast.
Enhance the intellect and imagination. We're fucked if we have to enhance the intelligence.
Shit, what does that mean then, do you think?
Fuck knows. But it'll all become clear in next week's episode, won't
Ah, which we're about to
it?
record
Fresh
now.
wind next episode.
Fresh wind. Well, thank you, Wicker cards. Whatever the fuck they are.
Thanks for joining us. This has been episode 159.
If
We
you
love
want more, go to www.patreon.com/ghost hunts, where there is ghost hunts. We've just been to Devon.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, we
no,
had
we'll
some
talk about
ghostly
that
evidence.
next week's episode.
So
Let's
we'll
do
see
it.
you next time. Bye-bye.